Leur cinéma est immortel parce qu'il touche ce qu'on aime toujours ressentir, la peur, le mystère. Ils fabriquent des monstres, créent des univers. Les best-sellers de Stephen King, les cauchemars de John Carpenter, Guillermo del Toro et ses créatures. 3 noms, un même pouvoir, celui de parler à notre imagination. Bienvenue à Hollywood, c'est Elle est confidentielle. Nous sommes à South Pasadena, banlieue tranquille de Los Angeles, et en même temps, décor culte pour les films de genre. Les rues ici sont très calmes, un peu figées dans le temps, chargées aussi d'une atmosphère très particulière, et c'est ça qui fait de cette banlieue est de Los Angeles le terrain de jeu idéal pour les réalisateurs de films d'horreur. Et c'est ici que nous a donné rendez-vous une figure, je dirais plus un corps incontournable du cinéma d'épouvante. Bonjour Doug Jones.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Actor, a mime, contortionist. What are you?
All the things you just mentioned. I'm not really in my daily life a monster or a creature. So sometimes I'm a guy in a t-shirt and jeans. Sometimes I'm a monster with rubber bits and a tail and so either way, I'm an actor taking on a character. When you are a creature and you're under layers of latex, foam, rubber, or silicone, or sometimes mechanics, it's a whole process. I start with a script, and I can see the writer's intention. Got it. Then what his backstory might be. Is he part animal, part man, part alien? Where does he come from? That will inform how I play him.
It's creating a character within a character.
A misconception is that actors who play monsters are dancers. And they're really good with their limbs are really good. They have great elbows, right? That's a misconception that that's all we are. Those elbows have to be inspired by something in the heart and soul.
J'avoue, je n'ai bavé pas vous, mon amour.
In a movie like The Shape of Water, you have a love story going on, right? A non-verbal, no dialogue love story between a monster, a creature from the wild, and a cleaning lady who is mute. So we have to fall in love with each other with visuals and with a glance in the eye, a tilt of the head, touch, right? It's so important. That's such a communicator that we often neglect. I had never had that kind of a romance story under rubber bits ever before. Guillermo del Toro, my director for The Shape of Water, he said to me when he first told me the idea of the movie and said, "What do you think?" And he said, "Dougie, you are the romantic leading man of this movie."
Guillermo del Toro has a background of also makeup.
Yes.
You know?
Right.
That takes us to mimic, right?
Right. When I met him on the movie Mimic in 1997. He was unlike anyone I'd ever met before. And it's like he was a 12-year-old fanboy, just like, monsters, So he asked me for my card so he could keep in touch. And so 5 years went by, and then I got a random call for Hellboy 1. And then, so that was movie number 2. I've done 6 movies with him now, and his TV show, The Strain. So we've been through a lot together over the last 20-some years.
Guillermo del Toro, l'architecte de l'étrange, del Toro, grand fan d'un autre maître incontesté de l'horreur, John Carpenter. On est à South Pasadena, je vous le disais, décor très prisé par Hollywood, à commencer par John Carpenter. Regardez derrière moi, la maison de l'homme au masque blanc, celui qui avance tout lentement, qui ne parle jamais. Mike Myers, bien sûr, la peur à l'état brut. On parle du chef-d'œuvre de John Carpenter, Halloween. Et chaque année, justement à l'approche d'Halloween, ils sont nombreux à venir comme en pèlerinage, ici, devant la maison du plus célèbre tueur en série du cinéma.
The Myers house, this is classic, this is iconic, this is what everybody came to see.
I'm a big horror movie fan, so it is probably the mecca of all horror movies. This place is like the Holy Land, so that's it.
Where are you from?
Kentucky.
You're from Kentucky? You didn't come all the way from Kentucky, did you?
I did.
Malgré sa notoriété et l'influence qu'il a sur des générations de cinéastes, John Carpenter reste une figure longtemps sous-estimée. Il aura fallu des années pour que l'homme derrière autant de films cultes décroche enfin ce qu'il méritait depuis toujours, son étoile sur Hollywood Boulevard.
John Carpenter, c'est bien connu, n'a jamais eu le goût des apparitions médiatiques. Discret, presque fuyant, il préfère laisser ses œuvres parler pour lui. Et pour cette cérémonie d'étoiles, ses amis les plus intimes, dont Kurt Russell, son acteur fétiche qui a marqué les plus grands classiques du réalisateur dans les années 80.
There are very, very few directors whose signature is so clearly and instantly stamped upon a film that within 30 seconds of viewing it, the informed watcher can boldly and confidently say out loud, it's John Carpenter. He so often created the concept, the whole idea for the movie. He wrote it, directed it, produced it, wrote and performed the music for it. He built lenses, used new and innovative cameras and techniques that truly created cinematic change.
John Carpenter, my friend, makes movies that are both good and important, and at times prophetic, which makes him not just one of the best directors of all time, but a visionary.
C'est véritablement en écoutant les interventions qui se suivent sur ce podium qu'on réalise d'un seul coup le parcours et l'héritage de John Carpenter.
On behalf of the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce, it is my honor and pleasure to declare today John Carpenter Day in Hollywood!
Le réalisateur, qui n'est pas du genre à s'embarrasser de grandes déclarations et de gestes convenus, nous a offert la cérémonie d'étoiles la plus expéditive de l'histoire.
In 1968, I was a skinny kid from Bowling Green, Kentucky, walking these streets. I was looking for a career in Hollywood. Well, I found my career, and today I have found Hollywood. 3, 2, 1. Thank you very much, guys. Let's have lunch.
Soy un fauno.
Correct me if I'm wrong, you went so far in Pan's Labyrinth as learning the dialogue in archaic Spanish.
That was a tough one for me, yes. In fact, the two most difficult movies I've ever been in were Pan's Labyrinth, El Laberinto del Fauno, and Gainsbourg, Vie Héroïque. How do I do?
You're good.
Those two movies were so incredibly difficult for me because the makeup applications were 5 hours long for each, and the language.
Te fatigue pas. Elle dormait depuis le début.
Even though I was dubbed over, I did deliver the dialogue on set because I wanted to give them the proper lip sync if they were going to dub over me.
Do you work thinking of the cameras?
You do need to work with the cameras. Yeah, I'm very much aware of angle and lighting and so forth. If there's an actor here that I'm interacting with and there's a light that needs to hit their face and I'm leaning into that light because I'm so lost in my own performance, right? I want to know from someone, you're blocking her light, right? So if I can keep it back here and let her have her moment, then I can find my own motivation to stay back here instead of leaning into it. I'll find my way to have the same emotion from here instead.
Pasadena, Californie. Chaque rue, chaque bâtiment, chaque immeuble est un petit bout de cinéma, un décor familier pour les fans de films de genre, comme cette école derrière moi, malheureusement fermée depuis les incendies qui ont ravagé Los Angeles. Son nom, Elliott Middle School, choisi il y a 25 ans par Bryan Singer pour son film Un élève doué, thriller, je le rappelle, adapté d'un roman de Stephen King. avec plus de 85 adaptations. 85 adaptations au cinéma et à la télévision. Stephen King est de loin l'auteur le plus adapté du 7e art.
Lorsqu'on pense à Stephen King, c'est Shining ou encore le clown de Ça qui viennent souvent à l'esprit. Mais il existe un autre King et c'est celui que le réalisateur Mike Flanagan affectionne tout particulièrement.
Stephen King writes horror. That's what people know about him the most. But the reason his horror lands is because he's so wonderful at writing about love and about humanity and about people. Now, there's a side of him that comes out here and there. The Stephen King who wrote The Shawshank Redemption and Stand By Me and The Green Mile. This is in that family.
Mike Flanagan adapte au cinéma La vie de Chuck, une nouvelle de Stephen King parue en 2020. Contrairement à la majorité des œuvres de King, La vie de Chuck suit une structure inversée qui raconte le destin ordinaire d'un homme sans histoire, mais dont l'existence laisse une trace bien plus profonde qu'on ne le croit. Stephen King, qui se montre rarement, a tenu à être présent à la première de La vie de Chuck pour faire la promotion de ce King inattendu, poétique et profondément humain.
I wrote a story about the end of the world, and it ended up being something that made me happy, you know, and I think some of it was the middle section where the main character, Chuck, does a dance. And if I'm happy, the reader is usually happy, and hopefully the audience will be happy.
La vie de Chuck n'est même pas encore sortie et il fait déjà parler de lui. Les experts des Oscars y voient deux potentiels nommés, Chiwetel Ejiofor et Tom Hiddleston. Et Stephen King dans tout cela? Emballé par le film, l'auteur a confié à Mike Flanagan une nouvelle adaptation d'un autre de ses classiques, son tout premier roman, Carrie, bientôt en série télé. Il marche comme un danseur, il respire comme un mime, il disparaît pour devenir des monstres inoubliables. Doug Jones, corps caméléon, âme de créature.
This gentleman right here.
Oh, Marcel Marceau. He's the grandfather of all mimes. In fact, I would consider myself a great-grandson of his in training. Oh, is that Mr. Lon Chaney?
That's Mr. Lon Chaney.
Yes, he goes beyond what I've ever done. He applied his own makeups. He designed his own looks for his movies that he did, and they were all brilliant.
The young Dougie, you know, I mean, what was his dream?
Oh, the young Dougie. Well, kids can be very cruel. I was always the tallest and the skinniest in my class. And so I would get fingers pointed at me. Ha 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 ha, you're funny looking. You look like an ostrich. You look like a giraffe. But my escape when I got home from school would be reruns of sitcoms. They afforded me a laugh that I wasn't allowing myself during the day, right? So that became important to me. I want to do that for other people one day. That's what inspired me.
Peu importe les époques, les modes passent, les monstres, eux, restent grâce à Doug Jones qui les a incarnés, grâce à Stephen King qui les a imaginés, grâce à Del Toro et John Carpenter qui leur ont donné vie. Merci d'avoir suivi cet épisode de LA Confidentiel et rendez-vous la semaine prochaine pour une nouvelle immersion hollywoodienne. Depuis Los Angeles, bye.